Hello, Swiller Bee trainees. My name is Caitlin, and in today's video, we're going to be teaching you how to make a 16-ounce hot salty sailor. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you always want to steam your milk first, because the thing is with espresso shots is they die if you leave them out too long. So you don't want dead shots, because then you'll have mad customers and it won't be good. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab one of your little frothas. Make sure it always has a thermometer in it, because you want to make sure it's the right temperature. Always ask the customer what milk they would like. You don't want to assume that they just want dairy. So you're going to do, let's say this guy wanted 2%. Good choice. When you're pouring your milk, you're going to want to do it a little over, there's a kind of like a crevice on the corner of the frother. You want to do a little more than that line, if that makes sense. Before you froth, you always want to make sure you have a rag, and it's good for it to be a little bit damp. You're going to wipe the frother. You're going to purge the frother, make sure it's ready, and reset. Frothing milk, you want it to sound like a ripping sound at first, so you're just going to slightly pull it. Sounds like it's ripping, and then you submerge it. And you want it to have no bubbles, and you want to make sure that the milk is spinning. The goal is for it to look like wet paint. The temperature is going to be 140, so make sure you're watching, because you don't want to burn the milk and you don't want it to be too cold. All right, 140. Then you want to immediately clean your frother, because you don't want that milk to dry. For every drink, you want to make sure that the cup is prepared. So right when the shots are ready, you can pour it right in. For a 16-ounce hot, you're going to have the 16-ounce hot cup and the sleeve ready, because it is a hot drink. So make sure every hot drink has a sleeve so your customers don't burn their hands. For every 16-ounce drink, you're doing 3 pumps of syrup, whether it's a thick syrup like the sea salt or the thinner syrups. You want to do 3 full pumps. 1. This is where the muscles come in. See how that was a little half? I'm going to do 1 more. You want to make sure there's enough flavor for the customer. Think of it as if it was your own coffee. You want to have the best flavor possible. So now we are ready to pour our shots. For a 16-ounce cup, we want to do a double shot. So you're going to take this portafilter with the 2, and then this is the espresso grinder. It is automatic, thankfully. Very nice. So there's 2 different buttons. There's the one for the single shot, which we will show in another video for the 12-ounce, but we're only doing double, so we only got to worry about the 2. So you put your little thing here, press 2. You want to make sure that the top of it is hitting that button. And voila, isn't that beautiful? Now take it out. Then you have your tamper, so it's about 30 pounds of pressure straight. You do not want to turn it, you don't want to do anything crazy, you're just literally stamping. Okay, that's a nice little sound. And then if you have any residue on the sides, you want to use the rag. Do not use your fingers, that's not the vibe, okay? So just use a rag, go like that, and boom, you successfully did it. Gold star. Now, you're just gonna, when you put it in, this is a little confusing. So, press up, make sure it's in the little grooves there, and then you're gonna turn. And you wanna make sure it's level and it stays straight this way. Then you have your little espresso cups. Put them down, you wanna make sure they line up to reduce mess. And for the button use, you only wanna use the buttons on the right side of the stop. Our left, don't use. Just pretend they're not there. And since we're doing a double shot, we click the 2 cups, like so. And voila. And while this is happening, you can clean your station, because you always want to be doing something, but you want to make sure that your shot is poured properly. So how you know it's a good shot is this pretty brown, creamy color. If it is watery, or if it's only coming out of one side, then something happened where you didn't have enough espresso grounds in the tampa. So now they're poured, beautiful, and you don't want to let them sit there for that long, because they'll die. So you're going to go boop, and voila. Then you're going to take one of your nice spoons, make sure it's nice and clean, and you're going to mix. And you want to make sure all of the syrups mix, especially if it's a thicker syrup, because you don't want any chunks, and you want it to be a good coffee, okay? You want to serve some good stuff. And then you're going to take your milk that you froth, you're going to pour it in there. A latte is mostly steamed milk and then a little bit of foam on the top, like so. And since we are making a salty sailor, you're going to garnish with some sea salt Don't go crazy with the salt. You don't want to be extra salty. You just do one. See that? One little grind. And then you get your hot lid, and ba-bam, good job. You have made a 16-ounce hot salty sailor.